Today I want to show you how to crochet this cute little ball cat. It is the first one of a series of animals I plan, and I hope you join me along the way. What do you need? I used Honey Bunny from Hobie. It's chenille yarn, and this is the color 33 Peach. You need a slightly darker color. This is Caramel number 14. A little bit of black. This is number 124. And some cotton yarn in a similar color. Other than that, you're going to need a crochet hook, of course. This is size 5 millimeters. Some stitch markers, 16 millimeter safety eyes. I have colorful ones, but black ones work as well. Stuffing, a darning needle, and scissors. Let's go. We start with a slip knot. Leave a long enough tail to tie a knot. Doesn't have to be that much, but you have to tie a knot comfortably. I insert my hook. And we start with 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Now I keep this chain secure so it doesn't get pulled tighter. I need it. And make 3 more single crochets and pull them tight. 1, pull tight, 2, pull tight, and 3, pull tight. Now we have 3 very tiny single crochets that will form the tip of the ear. Now I will turn my chain and I'm going to work into those back bumps. It's not the back loop, but the back bump. First, I make a single crochet, a half double crochet, so I yarn over once, insert my hook, pull up yarn, and through all 3 loops. And now a double crochet. Yarn over, insert hook, pull up yarn, pull yarn through 2, and pull yarn through 2. That is your first ear. Now pull yarn through, cut the thread, and fasten off. This is your first ear. Make 2 of them. Next, we are going to make the tail. Again, starting with a slip knot. You can make a magic ring with your chenille yarn. I don't like making a magic ring with fluffy yarn. It's just messy. I'll take a little bit of cotton yarn. I just make a loop like this, just crossing over, but not that big. I need it smaller. And then I'll crochet into it. I'll secure the chenille yarn end with thumb and middle finger so it doesn't slip away, and then I just crochet. The first round is 8 single crochet. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now pull the yarn tight. Oopsie, that was almost a little bit too much. Before I secure the yarn ends, I like to make 1 single crochet of the next round and mark the stitch. Now here comes the magic. I pull this tight and I make my knot above the tail. So this would be only the magic ring underneath the knot, but I put the knot above the yarn tail. I feel it's more secure like that, but that may be my imagination. So, and make a knot. Now, the next 2 rounds is 1 single crochet in each stitch. Eight. I don't finish the stitch because now we are changing color. We are going to introduce a slightly darker color. I just hold it like this. See, I hold it between thumb and middle finger and just pull it through. And now I make 2 or 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and the simple solution is just to tie those 2 together, so nothing will go anywhere. Except for the fluff. So you finish the round. I guess 5 stitches are left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't need a stitch marker here because I see it when the color changes. We don't finish the last stitch because we are changing color again. Just take the base color and pull through, just like that. Again, 1 round with the base color, 8 stitches. Again, we're not finishing the last stitch. You're switching to the darker color again. And 1 round with a darker color. We are still at 8 stitches. And 8. Now we are going to cut the darker yarn. We don't need it anymore. And to secure the yarn, we're tying a knot. Don't pull it too tight or you won't be able to finish the stitch. Stuff that in there. So, now in round 6, yes, we are already on round 6, we are making 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then a decrease. This means I insert my hook into the front loop, not both loops, this would be both loops, but I only take the front loop and the front loop of the next stitch. Those are the back loops, those are the front loops. Pull the yarn through and pull the yarn through both. And again, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 1 decrease. 2 front loops, 2 back loops. In the next round, it's round 7, we are making 2 single crochet, 1, 2. I still mark the first stitch, 1, 2. It's just I'm paranoid that I will miscount. I've done it in the past, so I mark all my stitches. Then we'll make a decrease. Again, 2 front loops. Come over. 2 back loops. They're tiny, but they're there. And 2 single crochets. 1, 2. We are now at 5 stitches, and we'll make 1 round with 5 stitches. I like to make a slip knot, a slip stitch before I fasten off, but you don't have to. It won't be noticeable. And fasten off. Gather all the fluff. And we are going to stuff the tail just a little bit. This is more than enough. It's a tiny amount. You don't have to stuff it, it will look fine, but I like to stuff it just a little bit. Now all that left are the paws. Again, we're making a slip knot. And as I said earlier, you can make your magic ring with chenille yarn. I just prefer not to. We're making a magic ring and make 8 single crochets. 1, and 8. Pull the magic ring tight. Now the second and the third row are 8 single crochets. And 8. Now in the next round we decrease. We make 2 single crochets, 1, 2, again marking the round at the start of the round, and decrease. Again, front loop only and the back loops are free. And again, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and a decrease. We now have 6 stitches. Now we make 3 rounds of 6 stitches. And 6. So we don't need to stuff the paws. They're fluffy enough, and if you stuff them you will just have problems forming the toes. So now we'll crochet them together. What I do, I pull this one a little bit tight, then I take my yarn and wrap it around. So my yarn is no longer in front of the stitch, but in the back. I show you again. This is how it normally looks. I take my yarn, wrap it around, so now it's behind. And now I don't have a problem inserting my hook into the first stitch and into the last stitch. And single crochet. The next 2 stitches, single crochet, and I prefer to make the last stitch a slip stitch, but you can also make a single crochet. It won't make much of a difference. And we fasten off. But we're not done with the paw. We need our darning needle and a piece of the cotton yarn. About this much should be enough. So the paw is folded in half. We'll take the front. You can see here are the single crochets we made. On the back side there are, it's hard to see, but there are the loops that are behind the stitch, and there are stitches. So this is the back side, this is the front. We insert our hooks from the back side almost roughly in the middle on between row 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's basically the same behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. So secure the yarn with your fingers, and now take it into the same hole and pull through and position it. Here is our first round. This is our magic ring right beside the first round, and pull it tight. Again, you go back into the same hole, and now you position it on the other side of the first round and pull it tight. Tight, 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 tight. Really tight. Don't do this with chenille yarn, it will rip. So you can form the toes with your fingers a little bit, but basically this is your paw. Now this is the end I'm working with. Just take a step back, insert your needle here, and go just through. Now we are just securing this with a tight knot. This is the last chance to tighten this up. There you go. That should be okay. And now we just have to hide the yarn tail. And for that I just go somewhere near the knot. Here is a knot. Somewhere near it, into the middle of the paw, so you don't see the needle from either side. And I get out somewhere there and just pull it through. Cut the yarn, and the rest is disappearing into the paw. That's your first paw. You'll need 4 of these. Now only the body / head is left. Again, I make my magic ring with a piece of cotton yarn. You do you. And we are starting with 6 single crochets. And 6. Pull it tight. And again, I like to make the first stitch of the second round before I secure my magic ring. Second round is 2 single crochet into each stitch. That's 1. Let's make a second one. No. Come on. 2. 1. 2. 2, and you should have 12 stitches at this point. Round 3 is the repetition of 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet into the next. So we start with 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet into the next. You should have 18 stitches so far. The next round are 2 single crochet and an increase 2 single crochet into 1 stitch. You should have 24 stitches in this round. Next, on the last round to increase are 3 single crochet and 1 increase. 1, 2, 3, increase 6 times. You should have 30 stitches by now. The next 3 rounds we just crochet 30 stitches around. Round 3. In round 9, so the 4th round of 30 single crochets and 9th round in total, we're making 14 single crochets. Now we are forming the mouth of the cat. It's an alternate bobble stitch. So I yarn over, pull through, pick up the yarn, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, pick up yarn over, pull through 2. Again, a 3rd time, and that's important. We are only making this 3 times, so we have 4 loops on our hooks. Yarn over, pull through all 4, and then we are going to slip stitch into the same stitch. Not the next stitch next to it, the same stitch. Make a slip stitch. Pull it tight and push out the bobble. So we do this again into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. 4 loops on the hook and pull through all. And then again slip stitch into the same stitch. I pull it tight so I don't mistake the slip stitch for a real stitch, because it isn't. It's not a stitch that it's getting into the count, it's just to pull this tight to form it correctly. And now 14 single crochets. And 14. So now I pull out the hook and secure the loop. You can pray to the crochet god that it doesn't unravel, but I secure it. Now it's time to place the eyes. I place them 2 rows above the mouth. and a little bit above it. You see, it's almost in the middle of the both sides. This is what I like on these eyes. They're really tight. But otherwise, I wouldn't recommend them, so I won't link them down below. So, I have the eyes. Now we fold it in half, roughly, and we take our ears. That is front. And we place the ears right on the edge. This is round 1, round 2, and we place it between round 2 and 3. So, here, there goes the first one. Oh. And 3 rows below. Again, fold in half. 1, 2, 3. Insert our hook there. Pull the first. And 1, 2, 3. Come on. There you go. Now I put it inside out. That's the yarn tail from the start, and there are the yarn tails from the ears. And we just knot them on. Don't pull it too tight, or the ear will scrunch up the head. But don't make it too loose, or the ears will flop around. It's a little bit of a learning curve here, but you'll be fine. So there are the ears and the eyes. Now we reinsert our hook and we start to decrease. On this round we make 3 single crochet and a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and a decrease. Again, we make the invisible decrease, front loops only. Front loop 1, front loop 2, decrease. And we do this 6 times. 3. Now we are getting to our bubble stitch, and there are those 2 stitches. That is the slip stitch, we don't count that, and that is the slip stitch, we don't count that. So I've made 3 single crochets, and now we're making a decrease. That's the slip stitch, don't count this, we go straight into the next stitch. Single crochet 1, that is a slip stitch, 2, 3, and a decrease. For the next round we make 2 single crochets and a decrease. 1, 2, and a decrease 6 times. Now there should be 18 stitches left. Now we make a change of pace. We make regular decreases, 9 of it, so we're halving the stitch count. This is because a regular decrease is a little bit taller than an invisible decrease, so we do this now. So insert a hook, pull up a loop, insert a hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3 loops. This is 1. We make this 9 times. This is the last round. So I make a slip stitch. Again, just personal preference, you can just fasten it off. Without the slip stitch, it will be fine. And now we have crocheted all the parts of our bouquet. Now at this stage I'm going to make the nose. I'll just take a little bit of black yarn, there is a stitch in the middle of the nose, basically here, and I just come up on one side of it and go into the other, and in again. And now a little trick, though I don't pull it too tight, I just place stitch marker before I turn it inside out and make a knot. Again, put away all of that fluff. That's the only thing that's so annoying with chenille yarn. All this fluff. And now I can pull a little bit on the stitch marker, though the nose is more pronounced. Isn't it cute? The tail is missing. That's next. I'm afraid I left a little bit too short of a tail because we won't sew it on. Yeah, we have to sew it on. No, we are going to knot it on. So same trick with the ears. We fold our cat in half. That's half. And that's the last round, and we'll knot it on here, basically. I have to go from there, so we have that one down. I just go through the last stitches, go back, go again through the last stitches. Okay, I admit it's a little bit of sewing with the tail, but I only have one yarn tail, so I'll put it inside. It would have worked if the yarn was still in the needle. So inside, and now we're making a knot with the yarn tail from the body. No one's gonna notice, I promise. So now we stuff it, because we have all the parts knotted on, and I'm afraid we have to sew on the feet. Stuff, stuff, stuff. This is looking good. So again, to close it off, I like to take cotton yarn and we'll go just through the front loops of the stitches. That's very long, we don't need it that long. And now comes a little trick of mine. I pull it tight-ish and place the needle in the hole. Now I'm making a knot as tight as I could, as tight as I can. Oops. And again. Cut the yarn. And when I now put the needle through, the whole thing vanishes without a trace. Now it's time. We're adding the stripes. So I'll take a piece of the caramel yarn. That should be more than enough, but I rather have a little bit too much than too little. So we go out in from the bottom and get out roughly right between the eyes. It won't be exact, but that's crochet. And we go back in roughly the middle. It will be above the magic ring, but that's okay. Go in there and come out one row above it at the middle of the eye. See it? One row above, roughly at the middle of the eye. And we go back in, one stitch beside that, and get up one row above, roughly the middle of the eye. And again, roughly one stitch beside the middle one. So now we make the side stripes. That's again the middle of the eye, roughly 2 stitches apart. We go back in about 2 stitches behind the ear and come out one row beneath the eye. That's 2 rows. So we go back in, roughly 4 stitches behind, again, and 2 rows below. You can place your stripes wherever you want. It's your cat. You can make the stripes go all around. You can make them parallel instead of a V shape. You can even make circles. That's too complicated for my taste, but if you want, you can. That's your cat. So we go in there and again coming out 2 stitches beside the eye. Oh, it's a little bit pulled tight, isn't it? Let's loosen it up a little bit. So there you go. So 2 stitches behind the ear roughly. and 2 rows below. That's only 3, that's okay. And we come out roughly at the same stitch. No, it has to be the same stitch because we want to hide the rest of the yarn. Again, we're making a knot. Pull the end. I cut the end of the yarn. Pull the fluff. And now we are hiding this inside. There you go. Now all we have left to do is sewing on the paws. Time to attach the feet. Again, I use cotton yarn. That is the middle of the body, and basically we are attaching the feet around it. The front feet are going to be beside the muzzle. The back feet are going to be beside the tail. Let's start by inserting the needle. And we just go through the single crochets. Next one. Just go around the middle. There you go. Insert tail. And tie a knot. Cut the yarn. And pull it through. Now we have all these tails left, and we just put them away inside the body. And 4. So you can either cut it or stuff it in between the stitches. And there you go. The ball cat is done. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Bye!